Hottie, I know you see pictures on Pinterest of these really basic outfits, but for some reason you love them so much and you can't figure out why. How the f are these Pinterest girlies doing it? Your outfits are giving bland and boring, and don't worry, I'm here as your big sis to help you out. I definitely went crazy going with the accessories for today, but come on, if there's a time to do it, girl, it's today. She's so crazy. Love her. I love accessorizing because one, it saves us time. We can wear the most basic outfit. Like right now, I'm just wearing this plain black tank top and a black skirt, but with all of this, yeah. We could transform any outfit in minutes without having to actually stress about what clothes you're wearing, right? Number two, it helps you express yourself and lets your personality shine. At least for me, when I see someone going like dripped in all of this jewelry, have a really cool hat on or something like that, you can kind of tell the person that they are, and I think that's really lovely. For me, I want to be like a sunshine to people, so that's why I like being super sparkly with all of my earrings, everything like that. Like I just want that to show on the outside. Number three, it helps you stand out. Whenever I'm wearing a really big statement necklace, when I have my earrings out or have a cute purse on, sometimes people will come up to me and compliment me and I'm like, thank you, I love you more. But it's honestly such a great conversation starter to make friends and like get to know new people. Four, it saves you so much money and time instead of having to buy new clothes. Okay, I know this is not like super relevant to like jewelry because jewelry can get expensive. Honestly, everything that I own right here is fake gold. The only real gold I have is in my piercings just because I sleep and shower in them, so I invest. But if you think that accessories are only jewelry, there's also belts, shoes, bags, hair accessories, hats, eyewear, all of that stuff. And we're gonna get in on every single one, okay? So let's go. All right, first things first, you have to consider what you're actually wearing and what occasion you're doing. The point of all of this is that if you're wearing a t-shirt and jeans, it's gonna be very different with the way that you accessorize like a really nice, like fancy gown, right? It's obviously gonna be very different if you're going to a cute cafe, if you're going to school, if you're partying. The first category I want to get into is eyewear. If you need help on what glasses or sunglasses will look good on you, it's actually really helpful to know your face shape because different frames complement different face shape. I'm not saying you can't wear certain glasses because they don't technically fit your face shape. Like, no girl, like this is for you. You're gonna do and you should do things that make you feel the most confident and especially like go with the vibe that you're looking for. But it was really helpful to know because sometimes I'll see girlies like wearing these like really circle ones and I'm like, they look so adorable. Like I want to wear that so bad, and then I'll try it on and I'm like, why does it look horrible on me? Eyewear is such a great way to elevate your look and obviously see better. But when I'm shopping online, I really wish there was a way I could just reach to the screen and try them on before I commit to buying them. But luckily though, Warby Parker got us. They have this really cool home try-on program, and guess what? It's free. You can easily choose 5 on their website, but if you need a little bit of help, you can take their home try-on quiz and they'll recommend some. And once you're done, they'll come in a box like this. Super cute. There's a little booklet inside. And of course, all of the glasses. And this one is Gillian. I think it's super unique because it's a clear tan. This is Crane. I've actually never tried frames like this, but kind of cute. This is kind of a similar shape, but it has a little bit more of a cat eye going on. This one is a little bit more straight at the top, and I love the tortoiseshell. It's really unique. This last one is Wade. It's so fun to try them on, but it's okay if none of them are your vibe. You're not obligated to buy anything. You can just send it back with a prepaid shipping label and you're good to go. Warby Parker glasses start at $95 with prescription lenses with anti-reflective and scratch-resistant coatings. Try 5 glasses at home for free using this code or the link in my description. Thanks Warby Parker for sponsoring that portion of the video. For an everyday type vibe, you really can't go wrong with a nice pair of black frames like this or a tortoiseshell like this. I especially love how it matches with my hair, or some clear frames because they match with everything because they're clear. You know what though, if you're one of those baddies with perfect vision, I'm jealous of you. You can always get them with no prescription, but what my best friend does is that she will like pop the lenses out so there's no reflection and she still slays, and we love her for that. Sunglasses give you that mysterious it girl look, like oh my gosh, like you guys are like, I'm not looking at you but you're totally looking at me vibe. Honestly though, I do get really overstimulated when I do wear sunglasses because I'm like, girl, I can't see, like it's so dark. But that is just a compromise we're gonna have to take sometimes, okay? Because look,
do I just look cool?
If you instantly want to go for that sporty look, definitely go for rounded frames like this. You can see that they kind of wrap around my face. These are definitely those like dad sunglasses, but you know what? Maybe they were onto something. If you're in your 2000s Y2K era, definitely go for clear frames like this that are a little bit tinted. They're kind of tan, right? And they don't have any rims. It's just kind of the lens. These are the perfect 2000s staple, and I think it just, oh my gosh, I just feel like London Tipton right now, or like Paris Hilton. See, I just threw these on and I feel like it just elevates the whole look. Moving on to jewelry. Yes, this is my song. Turn it up. If you don't know if you should be wearing gold or silver jewelry, here's a little guideline. It's definitely not like hard and fast rules, like please wear whatever you want, who the fuck cares? But it's definitely a thing that like wearing certain tones of jewelry will make you like look brighter or just complement your skin tone a little bit more. It's helpful to know your skin's undertones to learn what you should be wearing. So if you have a warm tone, gold jewelry can complement your skin tone a little bit better, and vice versa. If you have a cool tone, then silver jewelry. And if you have a neutral tone, either will work. I think I'm neutral, but I definitely go for more gold things right now just because of my hair color. It's very warm tone, so it complements really well. So yeah, if your hair is more warm tone, then like gold jewelry would look good, vice versa, all of that stuff. But even with vibes, right? Because before I used to wear exclusively silver jewelry because I was in like my edgy e-girl era. And that just made more sense with the aesthetic that I was going for. So yeah, you can go with your skin tones, your hair color, or just the vibe. For really basic outfits like the one that I'm wearing right now, oh my gosh, my knee just cracked. I love accessorizing the hell out of my outfit, especially like this with a lot of chunky jewelry. Necklaces stacked on top of each other, and then I have this really big bracelet. I have some statement rings right here, and then obviously all of my earrings. Just really takes this outfit to the next level. But for a more complex outfit, like if I'm wearing like a really loud shirt with a ton of ruffles, all of that stuff, with statement bottoms, all of that, I think it is a little bit better to go for more delicate jewelry or kind of tone it down on the jewelry, just so not everything clashes together. You don't want it to be too busy. You want everything to complement each other. With necklaces, it's really important to pay attention to the specifics. So what I mean by that is that right now I'm wearing this halter top, so I'm paying attention to the neckline of this. For halters and v-necks, you can see that there's a lot of space right here. She's empty. She needs to be like, okay, we need to do something. So I like going for long necklaces, kind of like this, because it has like that little point right there that kind of matches the halter. You see what I'm saying? And I like to stack them on top of each other. So I have this really cool pendant right here. I went for this one because this top is very warm tone, so it matches this like orangey crystal inside. And if I wanted to stack another pendant on top, make sure that they vary in length because you don't want the pendants to cover each other, right? On the flip side, if you're wearing like a really cute strapless like tube top or dress, yes, there is a lot of empty space here, but girl, you're wearing this for a reason. You want to show off your sexy décolleté, your sexy collarbones. Like, I know, I get you. So honestly, I feel like a choker, anything that really focuses this and like leaves this part empty, is very flattering. And then for tops with like a one strap, there is kind of like a lot going on right here. Like it's already asymmetrical. Layering a lot of necklaces can make that area look really busy. So I'd actually opt for really dangly earrings instead to have that like, you know, cute jewelry factor, but not too much, you know? This is a really helpful guideline for you to refer back to if you just don't really know what to wear and you just need something to jump off of. Alright, I do love my jewelry, but sometimes your girl is too lazy to put it on every single day, so I kind of cheated and I just got a million ear piercings. So when I wake up, I'm just like, yeah, I slayed and I didn't even have to try. I'm not saying that you have to do this, but I'm also not saying that you shouldn't, because this is everything, right? Even just here with my earring stack, I have a lot of contrast. So instead of just having all studs in it, it would look really crowded, not as visually interesting as I would like. So I have like a lot of connecting hoops right here, another hoop, a stud. And for this one, I just have 2 piercings, but it has like a connection going on right here, and there's 3 chains in total. So it's really like cool to look at. It's really good to take into account what hairstyle you're wearing. So if you're wearing a bun like this, your eyes are guided upwards because you're looking at this big bun. Instead of wearing a stud or anything like that, that kind of cuts off your face, opt for like a really dangly long earring like this. So your eyes are also guided downwards, so there's a lot of balance right here. You have something going up right here and something going down right here. I used to be the ring master, okay? I used to have rings on every single one of my fingers. It was so fun. I just got so annoyed having to take them off every single time I washed my hands, and it is like, I don't know, I like this vibe for me now. It's really fun to mix and match different shapes, like bands, delicate ones, chunky ones, but there's definitely an art to stacking rings. So I wouldn't recommend stacking different fun shapes on top of each other because it kind of breaks the flow, right? Like it just doesn't fit. So what you want to do is just take a really simple band, because this is a really solid baseline. You can go in with a more delicate ring. I have this really cute bow one to stack on top, so it doesn't look too cluttered, but it's still like that stacked vibe. To be honest though, nowadays I don't really do too much when it comes to my ring. What I do is that on my dominant hand, because I'm using it a lot, I will put my statement ring on there just because like I want people to see it. And then on my non-dominant hand, I'll just put like a band or something more simple to kind of balance it out. So For what color to wear, you really can't go wrong with a nice black bag like these. Honestly, they match with any and every outfit, but I think a really important thing to note is color sandwich theory. I talk about this all the time, but it really helps me create really cohesive outfits. You're like, Jasmine, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Okay, so basically if you're wearing like black sunglasses on top, like on your head or just like on your face or something, you should balance whatever colors on top. So for, in this instance, black, you should be wearing a black bag on the bottom to guide your eyes downward as well, so it's balanced top and bottom. On the other hand, if you're wearing really big white shoes, there's a lot of white going on at the bottom. You want to go for a nice white mini bag, at least a little bit more mini than this, to balance that out on your top half. Or if you have some red detailing on your jacket, you can use a red bag to match these. The sandwich theory also applies for the weight of clothes. So if you're wearing a really big pair of parachute pants or really baggy jeans, an oversized bag like this can really complement it. For footwear, I am always a huge proponent for comfort on top, okay? So for me, like, I get so scared whenever I'm wearing heels, I'm gonna trip and fall. I just get super hyper aware and then I just don't feel good in my outfit. So I really recommend, if you feel the same as me, to always opt for a nice chunky platform, way easier to walk in. And even though they're really tall, I've never tripped. Fingers crossed. Or if you still want that fancy look, a good pair of loafers will never do you wrong. I love wearing sneakers, but sometimes just like the normal white sneakers are just not doing it for me. Like, I want that look to be elevated, both metaphorically and literally. So I always go for my big platform sneakers. I mean, at the end of the day, they still are just normal white sneakers, but girl, they pack a punch. I feel like not enough people talk about the power of socks. You could just be wearing normal white sneakers, but then adding frilly socks to make that look more girly or more coquette, or adding these like more sheer long socks can just really transform the look, and it's super easy. All you have to do is change your sock. A really important thing that I want you to think about is that not everything has to match. Contrasting and asymmetrical accessories can, oh my gosh, it makes it look so much more interesting and it adds so much intrigue. Look at these baggy jeans right here, okay? Like, yes, we can go for docs or sneakers, like that's what you're supposed to do, right? But actually, it's so easy to put on these really cool pointed heels or just like a really statement shoe. And really, heels are not supposed to match with baggy jeans, but I feel like this looks really cool, and I love the like interesting points about it. I love personalizing and customizing everything I own, and that doesn't stop with your shoes. So you can do something like this and it's just gonna make everything look. For hair accessories, you guys know I am no stranger to my little mini clippies, okay? I wear them almost every day. I love them so much. It's really that cherry on top for my outfits, because when I do go kind of crazy with my jewelry and all that stuff, I feel like my hair looks kind of boring, so adding those clips instantly elevates the look. If you want your outfit to look more casual, definitely go for a wide headband like this. It makes everything look more sporty and more wearable. This next thing is something that I've been doing so much lately. Like, I feel like you guys are probably sick of seeing this, but sorry, I ate and I feel good. Like, I'm gonna keep doing it, okay? One of my favorite hairstyles to wear is actually just like a really high bun, just because I do get kind of like I hate sometimes when hair is touching me. But instead of having a really boring bun, you can always opt for an oversized scrunchie. I have some really cute colors. These are really cheap to get on Amazon. I feel like it looks like a really nice flower, and all you need to do is just easily put it over your bun. Oh my gosh, she's so fancy and she's so cool. I love her. I want to talk to her. Bucket hats are great for that. Okay, obviously don't wear it like this, but bucket hats are great for that more casual and cozy look. There's so many cool prints and fabrics out there, but my one true love will always be a good dad hat, especially for my bad hair days. I don't have to feel sad about it because these just honestly make you look so cool. I love when it kind of covers like most of your face. It's so mysterious and very effortless looking. But if you are gonna wear earrings, definitely go for a like dangly one to guide your eyes downward. You all know the drill. If there's a lot going on right here, we have to balance it out, as opposed to studs, because then it will just look really congested on top and then nothing going on at the bottom. I also just got this hat and I wanted to show you. Belts will elevate your look and make you look so chic, I promise. Like, look at this fit right here, okay? Like, it's very, like, she's cute, you know? Like, she couldn't do better. Oh my gosh, add in this belt, yes. 1 million, yes. For this outfit, I was actually going to a concert and I just love that rock star girlfriend vibe, you know? Having and adding a statement belt like this just really was the cherry on top. I know this belt is kind of extreme and not like everyone's cup of tea, but there's definitely different ways to do it. You can also stack little mini thin belts like this this with different colors, and it just looks amazing and super stylish. Everyone is different, and that's what makes fashion fun. It has to be unique to you. A happy life isn't a race to who looks the coolest, okay? It's about being the most confident and showing up unapologetically you. I hope this video was at least a little bit interesting and informative for you. Let me know your favorite tip down below. I'd really appreciate that, just so I feel like I'm actually helping you guys and not just yapping. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Mwah.